What's up out there? So, I know I said I wasn't going to roll another character, but I found an ivory tower last night. So it was about 9 o'clock. I'm cruising along and this thing dropped. So I immediately went out and looked up. I think it was Connor Converse or One Mana Left, whatever channel he goes by. I think one's on Twitch and one's on YouTube. I know I'm on as Connor Converse on YouTube. I've been following him for a while. He had a big 2-hour delve video I watched one day, talking about how you get further down into delve and stuff like that. And then at the end of last league, he was looking at Righteous Fire and he said, you know what, we can make Righteous Fire into a mana stacking build. So I watched the video for that, and then I'm pretty sure the ivory tower is like the key to making Righteous Fire work these days. So when I got that, I was like, yes, I need to do Righteous Fire. I was going to do a Scion build. I may still do that. I'm not sure, but when I got this, I was like, dude, I got to build this. I just have to. The other thing is he's always talking about this coruscating elixir, and I got this one a week or so back, a few days ago at least. I know this drop. So I was watching his video and I knew that he talked about coruscating elixir. He talked about the ivory tower, and he's done a follow-up video in this league now that we have all the changed transfigured gems and all that stuff. And the new Righteous Fire and everything. He was talking about all this. So I got the ivory tower. I knew I had this thing sitting there. I've got this Saphel's frame, which this may not apply anymore. I think it was used in an other build. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. But I've also got this Baleful Scepter, which has got 40% increased elemental damage with Scorching Ray and all this stuff. I don't know if this thing's going to make it into the final build or not, but it was I was looking through my uniques to see what I had, and I thought, you know what? I'll just try it out, see what happens. But the other thing is, yesterday afternoon, I was watching somebody, other creator, I don't remember who it was talking about going through the game on your second playthrough with a second character. And he was talking about trying to tailor the gear you use for the build you're doing at the moment. And I thought, you know what? That's interesting, because I've always approached the second character as I'm going to go into my unique tab. I'm going to grab whatever crap I can find, and whatever I can equip is what's going to be used. And I may try to tailor it to, I don't know, resistance or something like that. So like in last league, when I played Righteous Fire, I threw whatever garbage I had on, or well, no, I built Righteous Fire, but like the other characters I tried, because I tried an SRS build, I tried a tornado shot, I tried some other things. So I just throw whatever crap gear I had on, not really caring what it was, whatever uniques I had, I just threw stuff onto it and walked away. And then I would start switching gear out at some point, like in Act 3 or 4. I would start looking for gear off the ground to tailor to the build that I was going towards. So if I was doing Tornado Shot, I would be building towards that. And I would kind of give up all the unique stuff. But like Tornado Shot, this one here with projectile speed and movement speed would be probably good to have on. And the point of the guy's video was to try to tailor the build you've got with the gear you've got, because you've obviously spent time building up this gear with your primary character, so your alt character can come in and just grab whatever it needs. So case in point, this scepter is not great, but it's got 12% increased elemental damage, and it's got a few other things. I know it's not great, but I only need level 17 to equip it. So I don't have to worry about finding gear and crafting it and wasting all my materials on it. There it is. These gloves, they've got 100% increased spell damage. That's why they're on. Reduced cast speed. That's why I've equipped them. Of course, Tabula Rasa. The helmet I've got on here because, why do I have this? Because it's got socketed gems. It's like the only helmet that I have. Oh, 19% reduced mana cost. That's why I kept that on. This amulet's got 98% increased mana regen and a little bit of life regen. This ring has fire resist, increased burning damage, a little cold resist. So that's why I've got that. I mean, these are the things that I can equip. There's probably maybe some better alternatives as I've leveled up a little bit. So I might have something to re-look at this. But at the time when I put this stuff on, this was the gear that I had that was good. This shield's got life regen on it. These boots have increased movement speed and cannot be frozen, which early on you get frozen a lot. So not being stuck frozen is great. This belt, nothing great. It's probably the only belt that I can equip. Well, I've added this one. So, but this one does, elemental resistances. So maybe I'll switch this out. A little strength if I need it. But the point is, I'm actually trying to focus in on the gear that I have at the current moment. Instead of worrying about what level 60 Righteous Fire is going to be, I'm worried about what am I at? 21, and I'm running Purifying Flame. So I did not like rolling Magma last league. I didn't care for it at all. And I tried somebody gave me the idea of using Purifying Flame. The problem with this one was I couldn't keep up my mana costs early, but now that I've got some mana regen, especially with like this 98% increased mana regen, and as I go down the passive tree, I'm going to start getting some more stuff. I think some of these, increased mana regen rate here. Yeah, we're going to get a big boost to all that here soon. So I'll be going into this section right here almost immediately. So as mentioned, I'm following Counter Converse, one man on the left, whatever you want to call him by. I'm following his build. The interesting thing is this is just a straight up, here's my current POB at level 95 or 98, whatever it is. This is not a tailored experience where you go through level 1 through 5 gets you this section here, and 20 through whatever gets you this. Like, there's none of that. So it's just straight up, here's the entire passive tree, and here's all the different gear that I have at in-game, and I got to translate all that. That's something I've never done before, is to take just like something off PoE Ninja and just try to get there on my own. Now, he is using some skill gems, or not skill gems, but he's using some jewels. So there's a jewel here and then one over here that I'll be picking up. This one here, I actually have increased totem damage, increased damage over time, increased mana regen rate, and reduced mana cost of skill. So this one already applies to what I've got. And I've got a few other gems or jewels I can try out here. There's an increased cast speed. So anyway, I've got the Ivory Tower, I've got the Coruscating Elixir, so I've got some of the gear that I need. I think the Ivory Tower is probably the key to the whole thing, but I've got Righteous Fire. I was looking, do I have Righteous Fire in here? If I can spell it correctly. I do have Vol Righteous Fire, so I need to be leveling this up instead. I thought I did. None of these have quality on them or anything. All right, so I need to swap this out. And, oh, this has got 14% quality. Not that that necessarily matters, but all right, cool. So that takes care of that. So I am going to try a second build. We are going to do Righteous Fire. If I turn this thing on right now, my health just basically drops to 0. I don't have the ability to run it. I don't know how it does it, but it's going to swap over from life to mana, I think, or it's going to work off an energy shield. It doesn't work off life, because I've watched his videos talking about that, and he basically has no life. So I don't know where it's coming from, but I don't know how it works yet. I haven't got that part far. I can't equip it and make it work. I can't turn it on, but I can throw it on a slot and let it level up. So anyway, did not anticipate trying to do this, but am definitely going to be doing this. I am definitely running Righteous Fire. I think what I'm going to do as far as as far as the campaign, I'm in Act 2 right now. I think what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of time on this build during the day or during the night or something like that, and then spend some time on Bone Shatter. I'm going to try to split it up. I'm on vacation. I got plenty of time. I can mess around with it, but I don't want to burn myself out on the campaign. One thing I don't like doing is running the campaign really hard, although I am skipping a lot of quests. I've got a lot of stuff left to do in Act 1. Because I got a decent movement speed and I'm kind of pushing forward, I'm trying to just keep moving forward in the campaign, as opposed to trying to do all the quests and all that stuff all the way throughout. So I'm going to try to do the campaign a little bit quicker this time around, but I want to break things up and do some Bone Shatter or something else. I don't want to just be constantly campaign until it's done. I could probably push through and like do a big 10-hour session today and get it all done today, but I don't want to burn myself out on playing. I want to keep enjoying it. So I'm going to try to break it up. Anyway, that will do it for this video. We're doing Righteous Fire, and I never thought I would say that, but I got that drop, so I got to make it happen. So that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.